لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين.
Will the sun literally rise from the west one day? Or is this to be understood as mutashabiha, therefore to be interpreted? This is the question. Who will answer that question? Anytime you're looking for knowledge, the first place to search is in the Quran. That's right, the Quran. You can't go wrong. And in the Quran, what does Allah say? He says that the sun rises from the east. Yes? And Ibrahim alayhi salam then asked the king, why don't you cause it to rise from the west? My Lord causes the sun to rise from the east. You couldn't get a plainer statement than that. Why don't you cause it to rise from the west? So from this verse of the Quran, we know that the western sunrise is a false sunrise. And therefore this is mutashabiha. The sun rising from the west is a false sunrise. It is a sunrise that will attempt to replace the truth. To replace the truth which has come from Allah. And if I ask you, how old are you? I believe every single one of you will give me your date of birth and your age in accordance with the sun. I was born on the 10th of January. I was born on the 16th of April. And by that I am 30 years of age, I'm 35, I'm 40. Every single one. And you do that because the false sunrise has taken over from you. The false sunrise. When Allah says in the Quran that you must count the years by the moon, لِتَعْلَمُوا عَدَدَ السِّنِينَ وَالْحِسَابِ. So you should not be counting the years by the sun, you should be counting the years by the moon. Anyone differs with me? When the truth came to Makkah, Makkah rejected it. Because when you depart from the system of time that Allah has given, it affects the heart. Yes, it affects the heart. What Makkah did was, they wanted the lunar year to synchronize with the solar year. So and they remain with 12 months. Allah gave 12 months, so they says we stay with 12 months for 1 year. But every third year they would add an extra month so that the lunar year would synchronize with the solar year. And you know what Allah said about that? He said that is the road to increasing kufr, not just kufr. إِنَّمَا النَّسِيُّ زِيَادَةٌ لِلْكُفْرِ. Playing around with time like this and corrupting it. And so only the young people in Makkah, the young ones accepted Islam. The slaves accepted Islam. But the barons and the lords of Makkah, they rejected. Because their hearts were corrupted. And guess what this false sunrise has done? You'll be surprised if I tell you. The false sunrise has told us that yes, a year is comprised of 12 months. But now, a month has nothing to do with the moon. A month can have either 31 days, or 30 days, or 29 days, or 28 days. Did you know that? Were you aware of that? And guess what happened when we accept that? And we abandon the moon. إِنَّمَا النَّسِيُّ زِيَادَةٌ لِلْكُفْرِ. When we abandon that Allah has given, and we embrace the false sunrise, we are damaging our hearts. This is the false sunrise. I've given you only one example. What the false sunrise has done to the system of time. And I can give you endless examples that the false sunrise has come to destroy the truth. The truth. Okay? And since you are born in Britain, you have an advantage. Since you are born in Britain, you have an advantage over your brothers in Egypt. You have an advantage over your brothers in Bangladesh. You have an advantage over your brothers in India and Pakistan. Because you know this society now. You know this civilization. And you hence are able to understand what is happening in the world. They are living an innocent life. They don't know what, they believe this is heaven. This is heaven. Who wants to go back to Egypt? Huh? You must be crazy. This is heaven, Egypt is hell. Huh? You would be able to go back and tell them. No, this is ziyadatun lil kufr. This is the road to increasing kufr. Huh? So we do not accept the view that the sun can literally rise from the west, because that would be in conflict with what Allah has said in the Quran, that my Lord causes the sun to rise from the east. Why don't you cause it to rise from the west? We therefore say that the sign of the sun rising from the west has to be understood and interpreted. And this is our interpretation. And when you interpret the Quran or you interpret the Hadith, you must say, Allah knows best. And only Allah can confirm the interpretation. So you never divide the Jama'ah. You never have boxing matches over interpretation.